Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And this is Bookmas, date 392. I don't even know what Bookmas this is because I'm not doing them every day. I don't even know what I would talk about if I was doing Bookmas every day. I mean, trust, I could find something because I love to talk. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the book that I'm almost done with and the book that I finished, because the last Bookmas that I did, you get it? Bookmas, like Vlogmas, but it's Bookmas. Okay. But anyway, the last Bookmas that I did, I was talking about Jacqueline Frost's book, The 12 Sleighs of Christmas, which is book 1 out of 2 books in the Christmas Tree Farm Cozy Mystery Series by Jacqueline Frost, which apparently, according to some of you guys, is a pen name for her, that she writes under like 4 different names. And apparently there was something that happened with her publisher. So there might be a 3rd one that's coming out in 2021, somebody said to me. It has something to do with publishing. I don't understand, but I will tell you this. I started this book. First of all, I'm on my way to Starbucks because I just did a review of the holiday pie at McDonald's for my review channel, and Starbucks was closed over by my house. So I'm going to a different Starbucks because I got coffee at McDonald's, which is actually not bad, but I can have this in my car for when I'm vlogging later. I want to get my coffee from Starbucks. So anyway, I kind of made fun of it when I was doing my Bookmas before because it's so like heavily layered with Christmas stuff. But you guys, it's actually a really good mystery. Like, I didn't really see the end coming at all. I kind of guessed maybe, because it was just so far out there that that could possibly be the case of the murder mystery. But I was really, really, really impressed with the level of the mystery. Like, I thought the mystery was really well done in the book. It is so corny Christmas, but like, it's perfect because we're the week before Christmas, and I wanted to read all this Christmas stuff, and it just is really, really incredible. So if you're looking for a good Christmas cozy mystery, I would definitely, highly suggest Jacqueline Frost's The 12 Sleighs of Christmas, which the sequel to that is, or the second one in the series, is called The Night Before Christmas. Twice the Night Before Christmas. And I'm actually going to listen to that next. Both of those, you guys, are free on Audible right now. They're included in the Audible Included. So if you have Audible, you can download them for free. By the way, Audible is having a huge sale right now for the members. Their books are anywhere from $5 to $7. You guys, I'm embarrassed to say, I bought 14 books yesterday. I don't even know what happened. Like, I went through there, and there were so many books that I'm going to pull them here and I'll tell you what I bought. There were so many books that I wanted to read that were on there that I just was like, oh my God, I have to buy this and I have to buy that and blah, 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 whatever. And so I ended up, because I mean, $5 compared to a credit, which if you buy, you get 1 credit a month, so it's like 20 something. But if you buy 3 extra credits, it comes down to like 11 something a credit. So it's literally like half the price of a credit, which is really a good deal. And they have all kinds of books on there. There's tons of young adult, you guys. There's tons of mysteries. There's all kinds of stuff over there. I was really, really impressed. Some bestsellers. So anyway, every year they do kind of like a member sale and all that kind of stuff. And then there's, I mean, Audible is such a good deal right now because I think it would be a great holiday present for people. Because they have the Audible Included, so you get all of these, you know, books for really, really, you know, well, not cheap, for free. You can just download them. So anyway, let me tell you the books that I purchased yesterday, and then I will tell you what I'm listening to, because I did finish The 12 Sleighs of Christmas, and I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars, but just because it didn't have like any deep meaning or anything, as far as like a cozy Christmas mystery, it was definitely a 5 out of 5. It was fantastic. So I ended up actually buying this book with a credit, and it's called High Achiever by Tiffany Jenkins. And it is, it's like a memoir about this woman's addiction to opioids, which you guys know, my sobriety birthday is on Thursday. So I love to read any kind of like addiction or recovery memoir. Then I got The Alchemist by Paolo Coelho. Now, I'm sure I'm like not saying his name right at all. I never have been able to. I've wanted to read that book for like the last 20 years. People have recommended that book to me. All American Boys, which is a young adult book that somebody I saw, I can't remember who I saw do a review of it, God, like 2 years ago, and I was like, okay, this book sounds good. And then Broken People by Sam Lansky. Sam Lansky he wrote, shoot, I can't remember what it's called. He wrote a memoir, and it was about addiction and sobriety, and he's like probably 25 or 30, and he kind of got like pop culture famous for this book. Here it is. Here he is. The book is called The Gilded Razor. It is such a hard book to read. It's very, very difficult to read. It's about drug addiction and sex addiction and him getting sober and going to treatment. And the second book that he wrote is a fictional book, and it's called Broken People, and it's about this guy that moves to Los Angeles. I have to tell you, the reviews were kind of like, they called him superficial and pretentious and things like that, but I like was blown away with The Gilded Razor. It was just so raw and vulnerable when I read it. It was really a difficult book to read, so I wanted to read that. So I got that by him. The Couple Next Door by Sherry Lapina. I wanted to read that for like, since it came out on a Book of the Month Club, and I think I bought it and then I never read it. Dear Martin, I've wanted to read forever, so I got that. The Extraordinaires by T.J. Klune. I read a bunch of books, or Bear and Otter by T.J. Klune, I think, and they're like these, I wouldn't consider them gay romance books. They're gay themed characters, but I liked him and I thought his writing was really good. I mean, very basic, but kind of funny. And so this book is supposed to be good. Then I got Red, White, and Royal Blue. My literary agent recommended that book to me. She said it's fantastic. And then I got Time Bound by Risa Walker. I've heard like positives and negatives about that, but I want to read a book about time travel. And then I got Verity by Colleen Hoover. Okay, I have never read a Colleen Hoover book. People have sent me Colleen Hoover books to read. I know people love and die for Colleen Hoover, okay, especially on BookTube. And I was like, I think the time has come for me to read a Colleen Hoover book. There were 2 Colleen Hoover books that were for sale in this sale, and I don't know what the other one was. I had both of them in my cart, and I took one out because this one is supposedly a mystery. Then I got What Alice Forgot by Leanne Moriarty, because I love Leanne Moriarty and I want to read more of her. And then I got Wrong Side of 40 by Jana DeLeon. And that's like the first book in her next series. So, of course, I'm going to get that. I mean, it was $5, right, or something. And then before that, I had bought A Redbird Christmas by Fannie Flagg. I love Fannie Flagg's the Fried Green Tomatoes of the Whistle Stop Cafe. And then I also bought The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. I feel like I've read something else by Kara Thomas before. The Cousins by Karen McManus, which is her newest one that just came out. She's the one that wrote One of Us is Lying, and this is about a bunch of cousins and their grandma has a secret or something, and keep a secret, whatever, from Pretty Little Liars. And so they go to stay with their grandma, and it's supposed to be very kind of like mysterious and all this kind of stuff. And then I got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because that book keeps on by Holly Jackson, keeps on showing up like everywhere I go. I'm seeing that book, and I'm like, you know what, I think I need to get this book. Okay, now I got more books I forgot. I got Streetcar Named Desire by Tennessee Williams. That was on sale, and I bought that on sale. It's a Wonderful Wife. Oh, no. These were in the included. Those were in the included. So I got those. And then I bought the next 2 books in the Jana DeLeon series, the Misfortune series, Change of Fortune and Reel of Fortune. And then I also bought Green Lights with Matthew McConaughey. And now I think I'm getting into like books that I had mentioned before that I already read. So I have so many books. You guys, I have currently, on my Goodreads, I have read, I think, 85 books. 85 out of 100 books. It says I'm 10 books behind schedule. And I'm about to finish another book here in about a half an hour, and then I will be at 86 books, which means I have 14 books left to read. I'm halfway through Bloom, the graphic novel, which is fantastic, you guys. It is so, so, so good. I don't like it as much as the Heartstopper books, but I think like with the Heartstopper books, like she really draws you in, like Alice Oseman really draws you into the characters, whereas with the Bloom graphic novel, even though I like it, it's like, you don't get drawn into the characters as much. It's really, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it takes place in the and this shouldn't matter, but there's something, that it's like, so the father of the story owns a bakery, and he's from Greece. But the whole book takes place in the United States, but it doesn't feel like it does. And and this kid's friends, this Aristotle's friends, his name's Ari, they're not very nice, and they're not likable characters, and I think it's supposed to be kind of funny in the book at first, but it's not funny at all. It's actually kind of like, it comes across as cruel, and I don't know, like, I just, he and the other main character, Hector, it's an enjoyable storyline, but the rest of it is just kind of like, to me. So, it's good, I'm really enjoying reading it, but like, there's parts of it that I'm just like, I don't know that I think I would read a second one if they put out a second one. I don't know how this one's gonna end, I have no idea. So it's about he and his friendship between this guy. I'm sure that they fall in love at some point, but they're like running this bakery together. So anyway, that'll be, I should probably finish that in a day or two. So that'll be 87. And then whatever book I start tonight will be 88. You guys, I might hit 100 books this year. I'm so excited about it. Okay, so I'm currently reading, it's called Catching Christmas. It's so short, you guys. It's like 4 hours and 37 minutes. And hold on a second, it's called Catching Christmas, and it's by Terry Blackstock. And I have to tell you guys, like, I just started this last night because I was like, okay, I'll bump this out. This is a really short book. It is really, really good, you guys. I'm already currently, I only have like an hour of it left, so like 20 minutes. I have an hour and 12 minutes left because I listened to it so fast. So it's about this cab driver named Finn, and he lives in St. Louis, and it's like the week before Christmas, or days before Christmas, and he gets this call to pick up this elderly woman named Callie, and she has like no idea where she's going. You guys, it's so funny. Like, the humor behind it is hilarious. I honestly think it's supposed to be kind of like a religious fiction book, which I could care less. It's whatever. If it's a good book to me, I don't mind. But I think because there's like a lot of like religious ideas kind of, well, not tons, but a few kind of woven through it. So anyway, he picks her up, and then he kind of becomes like her caretaker because her granddaughter, who's supposed to be taking care of her, is like afraid of losing her job, and she's like an attorney for this huge law firm, and she's in the middle of this ridiculous case, which I don't want to ruin it for anybody because like the case, like the details of this book are like so hilarious. And Finn, the cab driver, like he just has like this hilarious kind of like, he's really bitter and miserable, but he has like this really kind of like hysterical sense of humor. You guys, I like immediately fell in love with this book. Like she writes Callie, the grandmother, so well. Like Callie, like he has to take her around this Macy's to buy these Christmas presents. And Callie is like, she's like looking, it's like so typical of like somebody's grandma or something like that, you know, like that just kind of like doesn't really care what they say. So they're standing in line, and there's like this woman in front of her, and she says, she goes, would you look at that woman? She doesn't wash her face or her hair. Her hair's greasy. She's like, her husband's gonna leave her for another woman. And he just walks away. He has to push her everywhere because she's like in this, you know, this wheelchair. And then she's in the hospital waiting for her doctor's appointment, and he's like with her, and she looks at him, and there's this like woman holding her newborn, like she's just had this baby like a week before in the doctor's office, and she looks at it and she says, that baby's not very pretty. She goes, some babies aren't very pretty. Now my babies were pretty. You guys, it's just so hilarious because it's so spot on. Like, I don't know, like it's just, and the way that he just addresses it is so funny. Like this one point, she's like, yeah, oh, she owes him $22 for the cab ride, and so he gives her, this is where the humor is. You have to kind of like keep up with it because it's really slight. She goes, oh, because he's like, he's really broke, right? And he can hardly pay his bills, and that's why he's taking these calls from her. She keeps on calling him every day, and he doesn't want to pick her up. But he has to because he needs to pay his bills, and the only other way is to go out to the airport to like take airport runs. So she hands him like 40, and he's like, it's only 22, I'll get you the change. And she's like, no, you keep it, you buy yourself something nice. And he goes like, shelter. I mean, it's just, you guys, it's hilarious. And I'm really glad that I read it. So if you're looking for a good Christmas book, it's called Catching Christmas, and it's by, hold on a second, Catching Christmas by Terry Blackstock. And I think it's really good. And then I think the next book that I'm going to read is going to be The Night Before Christmas. Because I want to get back into reading another Christmas cozy mystery. And then I don't really have tons of Christmas cozy mysteries left. I have this Candy Cane Caper that I downloaded, but it's like book 39 or something like that in this series, so I probably won't read that. Oh, I also have the Redbird Christmas. It's a Wonderful Wife, but that's an hour and 56 minutes. That was free on Audible. And that's not a mystery. It's just like a Christmas romance. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to listen to and then get back into the Janet DeLeon books. I've read so many Christmas books, you guys. Last year I read so many Christmas books that I don't really recommend. What are Christmas books that are like must reads for you? You know, like every year I used to read Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, but I just can't do it anymore. I'm like, I've read that book so many times. I've seen the music. I've seen all the different versions, the Patrick Stewart version, the George C. Scott version. I've seen them all. I love actually the Jim Carrey version, the Pixar version. I think it's my favorite. And I love the whole story of the Christmas Carol, or of A Christmas Carol. But anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what some of your holiday go-tos. They don't have to be mysteries, but just whatever in the comment section below. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow or the next day for another kind of book miss. I love you guys. I'll see you then. Bye.